Hey guys, this is KillerB23 here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about things you should look at before buying a grip for your gun. Whether it's a pistol, whether it's a shotgun or a rifle, even, um, just things you should look at before making a decision. I'm going to start off by showing you. This is my Glock 19. The weapon is empty, as you can see. Magazine is empty. So there's that. Okay, start off by doing that. Okay, so So about a week ago, I was on Amazon and I was looking for a rubberized grip. I like the rubberized texture better. I have it on a bunch of other guns. I just like it better. But I usually find it at my hardware store, and I couldn't find any. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I've tried the Talon grips before, my friends' guns, but I've never bought them or anything. So I was like, you know what, I feel flush. I'll spring for the Talon grips, and I did, and I got them, and I was like, geez, man, I mean, this is the same exact material as the rubberized grip that I get from a hardware store for $2 a foot. And they only need a foot to cover pretty much all of your gun, if you're using a pistol, anyways. So it's kind of not really there. I put them on my gun. I put the Talon grips on my gun. It came in this envelope. I put them in my gun, on my gun. Sorry. They went on great. They fit great. They look great. And they felt great. Everything was great about it. I'm not downing their product at all. They have a great product. I'm not saying that, but they way overcharge for it, and that's the bottom line. They're charging $20 before shipping for a sticker. Basically, that's all it is. So, think about that before you buy it. I looked on Amazon again, and I found this stuff. GT5000 rubberized grip tape. Now, this is exactly the same stuff as I get at my hardware store, but like I said, I couldn't find any, so this is gonna have to work. And it was the same exact price too. Free shipping, $6, right to my door. Took about a week, but it was Christmas time also, so that explains why it took so long. But yeah, I used two of the foot-long pieces. I've used, and I still have scraps in there. I don't know if you can see them. I still have, scraps jingling around in there. But I covered basically my whole gun. Not, I didn't cover it, but as I told you, the weapon is empty. I'll take the mag out just for reassurance. Here's my finger, okay? For all you internet safety guys out there, I'm gonna take this off too. But yeah. So what I did was I cut my templates, and I didn't use the Talon grips either. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Oh, he just took the Talon grips off his gun and then used those as a traced around him. I did not do that. Because I find that the Talon grips don't go as high as I want them to or as low as I want them to. So that's the thing I love about doing it yourself. I mean, yeah, sure, it takes a little extra time, but you get to put it where you want it. You get to put it where it feels best for you. Okay, and that's what it's all about. I'm not saying the Talon grips don't feel great, because they do, but you need to make it personalized for yourself. Okay. So what I did was I made, it says take masking tape, but I didn't have any, honestly, so I just kind of eyed it out and put the piece right up to the gun and just kind of I'm pretty good with that kind of stuff, so it wasn't very hard. But a lot of people who aren't that good with it, they say use masking tape and then just put it on there and then just take a pencil and kind of stencil where you want it. As you can see, I got I cut out the Glock symbol, obviously the mag release on both sides. Put KB in there. That Looks like shit, but whatever. But yeah, I made both sides. Okay, and if most guns are good, if you make one side, it's gonna be the same exact thing on the other side, except it's gonna be mirrored. You know, and you're gonna have to deal with things like the mag release. Like the big slots and stuff. So basically, all you're gonna have to do is put it on and then just take a razor blade or something like that and cut it. But I put it there. I obviously cut it, put it on the back. Um, by the way, I cut all these and then put them on all at the same time. When it came to the grip, anyways, when it actually came to the grip, then I made the finger groove slits. I just made little straps about this long, not too much longer than going actual from here to here, and I put those on first. I went boom, 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 and then I took the other two pieces and put them around it, kind of, as you can probably see. Yeah, see, you can see where it goes over it. And it says it don't stick to itself very, very well, but it doesn't. I mean, it's works fine for me. And after you do all this, after you put it on all the spots you want it to, you wouldn't want to take a blow dryer, just like on the Talon grips, and heat it up real good, and then hold it, nice and firm where you usually get a grip, where you usually hold it, and let it form to your hand, because that makes it better. Now this took me a while doing all this, I'm not gonna lie, and the only reason it did was because I had to cut out these little spots for the pins. I did, like I said, I did up here on the slide, I did the top of the slide, so I could go like this with just my thumb, so I could rock the slide literally with just my thumb, because when I'm in neutral position, I want to be able to press check my weapon without having to or go like over the top like this. I just like going like that. Okay, that's just my preference. And also, when I put a new mag in, I boom like that, and then I like that. Okay, I boom, boom like that. Okay, but that's just me. Sometimes I do a tap and rack, but to each his own. Like I said, it's your personal preference. But it does make press checks easier even if you press check like that. I also put it here on the slide serrations, and that's what took the longest, was because as you can see, those little tiny little strips. I did that on both sides, and then I put them on the ends, and that was a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. It was just really tedious, is what it was. It wasn't a pain in the ass. It was just tedious. But yeah. So also, what I did was I put a piece there for my trigger finger rest. When you're just neutral here, and I also put a piece there on the front of the trigger guard, because that's where I put my index finger. I drive the weapon there. As you can see, I put my left index finger here. I also put a piece here because of my grip. I hold, my thumbs over each other, and my left thumb goes here, right in this between the pin and the between the pins and the slide release. So I put a piece here, and I also put a piece here. I don't really use this piece, but I just put it there just in case because I have friends who shoot my guns, left-handed people and stuff like that. So just figured I'd put it there. And also, and now that took honestly about a foot and a half of material. And like I said, this was $6, and which is a quarter of the price as the Talon grips, and you get quadruple, 5 times the material. Yes, you have to do it yourself, but you can also, there's also a benefit to that, because you can also put it where you want it. It's your personal preference. So if you want to pay an obscene amount of money for a sticker, then that's on you. That's all you. So yeah. Also, what I did was I had a bunch of little scrap pieces, kind of like these. I had scrap pieces left over. So what I did was I took and put it around the edge of my magazines. Okay, and I did this. These mags are full, so don't freak out. But I put it around the edge of each one, not on the bottom, but just around the edge. And I also put it around here on my big mag. Okay, this is loaded, but I'm not gonna load I'm not gonna load around in the chamber. Okay. See, and it looks, and I grab it like this. So if it gets stuck for some reason, which it won't, you know, it drops out nice. But if it gets stuck for some reason, I can rip it right out very easily. Okay, and that goes the same with this. Okay, and I think it looks good too. Kind of matches nice, you know. But yeah, I would strongly recommend looking at your options before you decide to pull the trigger on anything specific. If you're going for the rubberized grip, they make 3M at your hardware store. It looks just like this. Usually comes in a big roll of it. They also make the GT5000. You know, you can get it off Amazon, $6. Really not a bad deal at all. Definitely far cheaper than the Talon grips. Talon grips are a lot easier to put on, yes, but with these you can get them custom to whatever you want. And you have a bunch of material left over. I'm gonna do my 12 gauge after with this piece too. So think about that, you know, for a quarter of the price. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's up to you. Whatever your personal preference is. If you want to spend the money and not take the time to do it, then good on you. I mean, you know, do your thing. Do whatever you're gonna want to do. But I would strongly recommend looking at this stuff. And if you like the skateboard tape, I call it grip tape because I skateboard and I literally have it all around my house, but I don't use it for anything other than my skateboard because it's too aggressive for my hands. You know, for my feet, it's one thing, but I don't like it on my hands. My girlfriend shoots my guns. You know, it's a little too aggressive. Kind of gets on my shirt. And oh, by the way, before I forget to show you guys, this does go in my holster fine, okay? Let me get my strap out of the way. This does slide in and out of the holster completely fine. It doesn't grip up. It doesn't, you know, if I have it strapped in, which I do all the time, okay? If I have it strapped in, okay, that's just, you know, whatever, and then it's there. It's obviously in. Let me tighten my belt a little bit, like I usually do. But I have it in, and when I want it, boom, okay, and I can grab that and draw this weapon very, very simply. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, it sticks a little tiny bit, but not enough to where it's going to make a difference in your draw. Okay, as long as you don't put too much on. The picture on here shows the whole slide covered. As you can see, that's all that. The whole thing is covered. I wouldn't recommend that unless you have really bad arthritis or you're using a Kydex holster. Even then, it might stick. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that much of it. But you know, like I said, to each his own. Do your own thing, man. You know, whatever. Go in your own lane. You know, you don't need to get Talon grips just because everybody has Talon grips. You know, find a cheaper, just as good alternative. You know, it's just as good. It's the same exact material. So think about that. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd really help. Kind of make me feel better, I guess, about about doing these videos. Doesn't really, you know, I just do them for fun, anyways. You know, so yeah, man. I mean, tell me what you think. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. You know, don't, you know, I'm not afraid of constructive criticism. So just be nice about it, and you know, we'll have a discussion. So. GT5000 rubberized grip tape. I would strongly recommend it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.